right. So everyone go ahead and meet me in that all four position and go into that cat cow to start. And once you're in that cat cow, I want you to just take your time here in that all four, dropping that belly button down towards that mat, and then tucking that tailbone under, pressing away, lifting all the way back up. And I want you to stay here for about 30 seconds. So you're going to really take your time lowering belly button all the way down. And then that exhale, tucking that tailbone under for me. Good. Lowering belly button down, looking up to see where that ceiling meets the wall, and then pressing away, really tucking through that tailbone. You're going to give me one more right here, and then I'm going to have you pop your feet back. Your option is to stay on those knees, but you're going to give me one push up here, tuck those toes, and give me one of those downward dogs. So it's one push up and then one downward dog, but take your time here, pedaling out those knees. Love it. I have my socks on. I'm like going to go work out right after this. This working out after I've been teaching, it's just been so nice to sleep till like 6:30 as opposed to 4:45, all the way down, and then lifting up into that downward dog. Give me one more push up, and then I want you to press into your plank for me. We're going to go into world's greatest stretch. So that last push up, you're going to stay there, bring your right foot right outside of your right hand, and then open that right hand out towards that ceiling. You'll come back through center. Right foot will come back, left foot will come forward, and we'll open that left arm all the way up towards that ceiling. I'd like you to be able to go through it one more time. Right foot coming up, opening up towards that right side, just enjoying this nice little stretch that we don't normally get to do in the morning. Coming all the way back through center. Last time on that left side, you're almost out of that plank. You're going to meet me in the high plank. Open your feet up here, go right into your shoulder taps. I know that your wrists are going to want to break in a second, so fight through this for me. You're just tapping those shoulders right here. In 10 seconds, you're going to hold center. We've got 15 seconds of slow mountain climbers, and then you're out of that warm up for me. You've got 8 and 7. Keep tapping. I want them slow and controlled. Hips are not moving. Belly button is pulled in. In 3, you hold. In 2, you hold. Now bring opposite knee to opposite elbow. It's a slow cross body climber here. Just 15 seconds. We lift into that downward dog. We get ready to stand up. Shoulders are warm, and then wrists get a break, but slowly pulling each knee in towards that chest for me. You've got this. 5 and 4. We hold in 3, in 2. Everybody freeze, lift hips up. Start to pedal out those knees. We're going to get ready to stand, but take a moment here. Start to walk feet in towards your hands, hands in towards your feet. And then I want you to slowly take your time rolling all the way up to the top for me. Nice job right there. Once you're at the top, give the shoulders a big roll to the back of that room and then a big roll to the front of the room. You're going to meet me on your mat. We're going right into a second position series to kick things off. You don't need weights for this first series. If you want Balas on your ankles, you're welcome to, but I'm going to have you find that great posture. Let's see. Or just dropped off. We'll grab her again. What I want you to do is open feet up nice and wide here. Heels are in, toes are pointed out to that 11 and 1. Hands can either go into prayer here for me, but you're going to start coming down on that 2 count, similar to what you did for me on Tuesday. Come down on a 2 count, and then you'll exhale, stand all the way back up. Good. Down on that 2 count, nice and controlled, and then exhale, lift and squeeze. You're going to stay here for a second, get your foundation under control. So the weight stays in your heels here. You can wiggle those toes. Think about bracing that core. So as you inhale and lower down, you exhale, contracting, pulling belly button to spine, and then you squeeze cheeks at the top. You've got it. In about 5 seconds, we're going to stay at the bottom. So you're going to come down and then stand up one more time, and then you're going to stay at the bottom for me in 3, in 2, hold at the bottom. Start pressing your palms together as you drop your seat down an inch and up an inch here. Good. Down 1 inch and up an inch. So you're thinking to yourself, as you press palms together, you're just pulsing in that second position. As you're pulsing in that second position, I want you to bring the weight into your heels, wiggle your toes. So you have 6 more pulses at the bottom of that second position. Meet me there when you're ready. Press your palms together every time you pulse down right here for me. So press, Press, pulse, feel that chest starting to warm up. Press, pulse, push those knees out towards each side. In 3, you hold. In 2, you hold. In 1, we freeze right there. Beautiful. You're going to open arms out to the side in that second position. We're going to go into those reaches. So you're going to pivot. That left heel lifts, you reach towards that right side, you open up towards center, and then you reach towards that left. Add the pulse in once you've got the movements down. This is your option to go as fast or as slow as you want. I want that pulse towards center, twist, pulse towards right, twist, center, twist, pulse towards left. That's like a tongue twister. You can say that so many times. I'm glad I got it right though. What I want you to be thinking about here is heart rate starts to come up. You're pulsing in a lunge on both sides, and then you come back to center. In 5 seconds, you're going to stay center for me. In 4, you've got it. 3, finish wherever you are. In 2, arms go out nice and wide. In 1, you pulse down, arms come into center like you're grabbing a big beach ball, arms come back out. All we're doing is pulsing down, but we're just adding those arms in. Pulse center, good. And then we pulse, push those arms out. There's always a soft bend in those elbows, like you're opening them and you're closing them. As if you're hugging that beach ball or that tree. Open 6, we close for 5, we open for 4, we close for 3, beautiful, for 2. Now close those arms, hold right here. You're going to start lifting opposite heels. Arms are going to just stay out in front of you for balance. You're going to lift your right heel with a pulse, your left heel with a pulse, right heel with a pulse, left heel with a pulse. If you can, keep pulsing here for 6 and 5. Right heel lifts, then left heel lifts. You've got it. 4, 3, beautiful. 2, on 1, hands come up overhead. You lower both heels. You're in your final hold. I know you want to stand right here. Don't do it. Take a big inhale, drive your seat down towards that mat, find that extra centimeter down, pull belly button in, you're out in 8 and 7. If you need the extra challenge, now for this last 5 seconds, lift both heels up, sink down the extra inch, press those knees apart, you lower your heels in 3, 2, 1, heels lower, you stand all the way up. Beautiful. Now you're gonna grab your weights for me as we go into that next series. So grab those weights. Light weights, I know, I just want to add to it a little bit. We're going to go into a combo series. You're not to start, but I want you to just know that you're going to be moving and we'll put some things together. You're going to start in that good morning or that deadlift. So your weights are going to come down, reaching towards the floor right in front of your thighs, facing your thighs. Both feet are parallel, all 10 toes are forward, slight bend in your knees. You're going to start reaching your weights towards about mid shin, and then you'll exhale, stand, power up. Take your time right here. What I want you to think about, is that as you're inhaling to lower, reach towards those heels or reach towards those toes, you're only going to probably get to about your knees or mid shin. So I want you to keep your shoulder blades locked in. I want you to think about just the reach. We're waking up hamstring. I want you to start adding in that row at the bottom. So once you get to the bottom, you're going to turn weights to face one another. You're going to pull your elbows right past your rib cage. You'll release and then you'll stand right back up. It's just 1 and 1. We're not laddering today. So I want 1 row at the bottom. You stand all the way back up and then you come all the way back down in that dip deadlift. Give me that row. Beautiful. Every time that you come down, do you have that extra centimeter, that extra inch to bring your chest towards the mat? That's what I want you to think about with that hamstring. Are you challenging your hamstrings right here to get that extra little bit of a stretch and then waking up those shoulder blades as you squeeze together here? Nice work. In 5 seconds, we're going to stand. In 4, you're out of it. In 3, beautiful. 2, you're going to stand up right here. Weight stay at your sides. You're going to alternate your curtsey lunge. Right knee comes behind left heel. You stand together. Then that left knee comes behind right heel. You stand together. Weights are just at your side right here. As we start to combo things together, we're in that lower body section of class. You just did that second position, opening up inner thighs in that corner pocket of your booty. We're now talking about hamstrings, still inner thigh and a little bit more quad. All you're doing is alternating your curtsey lunge. Think about your breath. As you step back and right knee comes behind left heel, drive through that left heel to stand. Just like when that left knee comes behind right heel, drive through that right heel as you stand all the way up. You've got it. 10 and 9. Beautiful. 8 and 7. You've got it. 6 and 5. Hold on for 4. We're going to put the deadlift together with the curtsey lunge in 3 In two, stand at the top. You're gonna bring both of those arms down. You give me one deadlift. From here, you give me that reverse curtsey lunge, I should say, step together, curtsey lunge. Here's where the curtsey lunge can become a little bit faster. It's one deadlift, exhale, lift, squeeze. These are light weights. You curtsey, run, lunge right. You curtsey, lunge left. You stand together again, back into that slow deadlift. I just want you to think about all the muscles that you're working in your legs, but you've got to breathe here for me. So inhale whenever you're lowering, exhale whenever you're lifting. You're going to stay in the deadlift for me in three. Finish out your curtsey lunges in two. Now just stay in the deadlift. Add a pulse at the bottom, all the way down, pulse up an inch, lower, then you stand. We lower down, reach up an inch, down an inch, big lift and squeeze. When you're in this deadlift, I know the weights are light. Focus on the stretch in the back of your legs. Soften the bend in your knees. Your hips are coming to the back of the room and your chest is going forward. You're giving yourself one pulse and then you're coming all the way back up. 10 seconds left right here. 9, good. 8 and 7. You've got to keep those weights close to your legs, almost like you were shaving your legs with those weights. In 5, you stand. In 4, beautiful. 3, and 2, stand all the way up, go into your bicep curl right here. You're still just standing. Find your bicep curl. Lower down, lift and squeeze. Lower down, lift and squeeze. These weights are light. I recognize that it's going to take you a moment to get warm. What you need to think about here is, are you pressing and pulling like it's mud, like it's water? Find the tension and that contraction in your muscles. Squeeze your triceps at the bottom. Squeeze those biceps at the top. Don't cheat yourself. You're going into a narrow overhead press in 3, release in 2, back up on 1, press palms towards one another, reach and pull, good, reach and pull. Can we pick up the pace here and pull, pull and press, try to fatigue those arms. You've got it. 10, 9, 8, put it together here in 7, add that curl back in 5, 4, good, 3 and 2. Last time we press, now add that hammer curl. We hammer, pull it in, press and lower. Hammer curl, pull weights in, press and lower. Stay in it. 15 seconds here. We're picking up that pace with that lighter weight. You're going to start adding a thruster in. We're going to ditch the bicep curl, which means when you pull those weights to your shoulder, you're going to squat down, exhale, press all the way up. In 4, you've got it. In 3, beautiful. 2, bring those weights to your shoulders, squat down, exhale, press, reach weights up overhead. So when you squat down, weights are at your shoulders. As you start to squeeze and press to stand, weights go up overhead. Again, we're getting heart rate up here. I know the weights are light, but that little hint and burst of cardio for you. Still focused on that squat. Form is perfect, Kathleen. Chest is exactly where it should be. Knees are exactly where they should be. Looks really nice. You have 5 seconds. Beautiful pace, cord. 4. In 3, weights stay up overhead. In 2, weights stay up overhead. Uphold. Can we go into our marches now? Reach those weights up overhead. Palms can face me. They can face each other. You are going to reach that right knee up. Place it down. Now is when I want you to slow down a little bit. I want you to find your form. It's almost like you're tucking your tailbone under, bringing belly button down as you are reaching that knee. Think lower abs right here. Give me 10 more seconds in these marches. 8 and 7, beautiful. 6, good. 5, keep reaching. 4, you've got it. 3, last 2 on 1, weights come down to your side. Take a big inhale. If you need the water, you take it. You roll those shoulders to the back of the room. You roll those shoulders to the front. If you need to drop weights for a second, you can. We're going into a challenging arm series here. I'm going to let you keep standing. If you have a chair and you want to sit in the chair to take your legs out of it, fine with it. If you want to sit, that's your extra challenge, but I'm going to keep you standing for a second. Both of your feet next to one another. Weights are going to come out to the side. I want you to reach your weights, palms face down to start. You're going to be like, I can do this forever. When you take a big inhale here, I want you to think about squeezing your triceps. Squeeze your triceps and just hold. This right here is going to be mental as we go through this series. Even though Kathleen just schooled everyone and myself on Tuesday when she just kept her arms up as if like they never needed to come down. So strong. I want you to start turning palms towards the back of the room, palms towards the front of the room. palms towards the back and the front. It's a slow movement. We're warming up shoulders here and your triceps are squeezing. It's that mobility, that rotation. We're gonna keep those palms facing down in 6 and 5. Keep alternating. 4, you have this. 3, beautiful. 2, palms stay down, start to circle towards me. Circle, squeeze, and hold here. Circle, squeeze, and hold. I practice this with Balas, so you drop those weights, ladies, whenever you need to because you're here for a second. You're circling towards the front of the room. You are long and strong. Think about your posture. Shoulders are melting away from those ears. Belly button is pulled in. You're going to reverse that circle right here. Reverse to that opposite direction. Keep squeezing those triceps. Arms are going to start to fatigue in a second. When you have them up this long, you have 4. Hold for me in 3. 2, now go into your bend and extend. Bend and extend, yes, you can. Bend and extend. Reach, bend. Beautiful. Reach and bend. Reach and press. Reach and press. You've got it. 5, hold in 4. Palms face me in 3. Palms face me in 2. Hold right here. Palms face me. Go into your goalpost. It's that rotation. Down, lift and squeeze. Lower, down, lift and squeeze. Lower, down, lift and squeeze. I know your arms are talking to you, but you look so strong. Elbows are the same height as those shoulders. You have it. 5, beautiful. 4, arms are going to stay facing down in 3. You've got it in 2. Palms are facing down. Hold. You're going to lower those elbows. It's like an active recovery. Squeeze, lift. Lower those elbows down, squeeze to lift. So your elbows come to your side. You press them back up like you have weights on those arms that you're just pushing away from you. 3, big press. 2 more right here. Big press. Yes, you can. Last one, you press all the way up. Hold. Palms face me. Bring them into that 90. Yes, you can. Little pulse up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. Go 10. You can keep arms parallel. Weights don't have to touch each other. 6 and 5. It's a hammer curl. Both arms. We're not alternating. In 3. In 2. On 1, you extend those arms out, pull those arms in. Now, if you're holding that weight, you're going to come about 3/4 of the way, then you extend and squeeze for me. You have this. You are more than halfway there. Extend those arms and bend them in. That high hammer curl. Arms stay out. Palms face the floor for that hold in 3. Good. In 2. One more hammer curl here. Extend, palms face the floor. Hold. Big inhale. Oh, that mental pep talk is good. Start to circle towards the midline. You're coming down to that last couple changes. That's why I know you have it. Shoulders are talking, but you look beautiful right here. You're going to reverse this circle in 3, reverse it in 2. Last time we go in, now circle 8 and 7. You've got this. 6 and a hold. 5, 4, bend and press to finish here in 3 and 2. This is it. Bend, press, bend, press. Keep bending and you press. Bend and press, bend and press. I know you have it. Less than 20 seconds to go. Squeeze those triceps. Use your abs. Pull belly button to spine. You have 8 and 7. Take a break of those weights. In 6, you're there for 5 and 4. Final 3 and 2, 1. Everybody made it. No one dropped their arms. Yes. Drop your weights down. Take a sip of water. I want everyone to just roll at wrists. We're going to bring that right arm across that chest to that left. When you're stretching, I don't want your arm over here. I want you to come about mid forearm so you can press your arm into that arm that's at that forearm and then roll out that wrist for me. Open up nice and wide. Pull opposite arm across your chest, rolling out that wrist. Really nice work. You have a plank series in between our leg series. Mental pep talk here. You can leave your computers if you want. I'm going to transition you right through to the next leg series, but you're going to walk out into your high plank. Similar to that warm up, I want you to start with 1 push up, 1 downward dog. You meet me there in 3, walk out nice and slowly. 2, 1 push up, whatever type of push up you want to do. It could be a 2 count push up. It could be a hand release push up. Once you do 1 push up, you're going to lift your hips up for the downward dog. We're just working in some stretches. It's been a long week. I don't know how everyone else's weeks are going, but I felt like we needed some stretches today. Just like mentally, we're going to bend each knee and then you'll go back into the push-up. I'm giving you that stretch between push-ups to help you with your form to feel nice and strong. The only thing we're eliminating here is that world's greatest stretch. You're gonna go into your plank in 5, into your plank in 4. We have shoulder taps in 3. And 2, find your plank, open feet up, slow shoulder taps. I don't want them fast. I don't want your hips to move. I want you bracing through that core. If you're modifying here because you need to, you're going to drop your knees down as you're shoulder tapping, or you're going to go into an all four alternate hand and leg reaches, whatever feels good for you. If not, we've got 5 seconds left in our taps. That slow climber to finish it up. Knees come into your chest, not opposite elbow. In 3, 2, find your slow climber. Right knee comes into your chest. Place it back. Left knee. I'm okay if you pick up the pace, but I don't want you running here. I know that that mountain climber is as fast as we can go normally. I want a slow one. Driving your knee, pointing through that toe, placing that foot back. Drive that knee. Use those lower abs. You're out of this in 10. In 9, I want a child's pose before we stand back up. Finish these climbers. 5 and 4. Nice posture there, core. 3 and 2. Everybody find a child's pose. Seat comes back towards those heels. We're going to open those knees nice and wide, reaching towards the front of that mat. You're doing great. Big reach, big reach, big reach. When you are ready, you can come into a downward dog, an all four, however you'd like to stand. You take your time getting back up, and then we're going to go into those legs, finishing those legs out one more time before we come down to finish arms and abs. From here, you're going to meet me standing. We've got some side lunge work to do here. We're going to stay right side only, then we'll go left. So that's that only little bit of unilateral work. I'm going to have you start for me on the right side of your mat. So you're stepping out with that left leg. I am going to add the curtsey in just so you know as you're setting yourself up. So you're going to start for me on the right side of your mat. You're going to start stepping out. Left foot steps out nice and long. You step together. So when you step that left foot out, your right leg is going to be nice and long. So left foot steps out as you're on the right side of your mat. We step all the way out. We step together here. You step all the way out. You step together. So we've got that nice wide lunge here. I don't need a fast pace. What I want everyone here to start thinking about as you step out, all 10 toes are facing forward. It's like you're driving through your pinky toes and your heels as you come back to center. Perfect. Chest is right where it should be, Kathleen. It doesn't have to come any lower. The form is great. Abs are in. Feel that squeeze, ladies, in that outer thigh as you power up right here. You're going to stay at the top. We're going to go into the curtsey lunge now for 30 seconds. In 5, finish this out. You have 2 more side lunges. 3 and 2, stay at the top. I want a curtsey lunge. Left foot comes behind. So left knee comes behind right ankle. We step to the top. Left foot is the only thing moving. Your right leg is static here. On that curtsey lunge, come all the way down. Exhale, power up to the top. You've got this. I'm going to give you some options as we put the 2 movements together. I'm okay in about 10 seconds. If you want to give me the knee lift out to that lunge and keep lifting that left leg, it's okay. If not, you just tap it. I want you to put the 2 movements together in 4, 3, 2, put the 2 movements together. Wide side lunge right here. Step back, and then you curtsy for me. If we had a bench, I'd be making you step up instead of that curtsy, but we're just putting some movements together, trying to trick that muscle memory here that thinks it knows what it's up to. So we've got that really nice side lunge, beautiful length in that inner thigh, and then we go right into that curtsy. You're going to meet me with that left knee lifted in a hold in 5. Finish out that curtsy lunge. 4, even if you're tapping that toe, your left knee is going to lift towards hip height in 3. Beautiful. In 2, wherever you are, you lift that knee, and I want you to bring arms up overhead or out in front of you. Hold. Balance challenge. Yes, you have it. Prayer position is going to help you a little bit more. Overhead's going to challenge you. Drive through that heel. Keep that knee lifted. Contract through your core. Hold for 8. Hold for 7. You've got it. For 6 and 5. Don't drop. Go 4 and 3. Last 2. Step down. Move to the opposite side of that mat. No break. Really nice. I know the balance for you might feel easy because everyone's so strong, but it's a good little check. You're on the opposite side of your mat. Start stepping out with that right leg now, and then back in, right into it. Right leg steps out, right leg taps in. I know it's a basic movement, and I know you don't have your weights in your hands, which some of you could have picked them up. But what I want you to think about here is I'm trying to challenge the stretch of this of Can you sink your seat 1 inch lower? Can you step out, even if it's a centimeter? All 10 toes are facing forward. Take the pause at the bottom of that side lunge. Feel that stretch. Open those hips. You have 10 seconds right here. We go right into the curtsey lunge. 9, good. 8, beautiful. 7 and 6, shoulders still melting away. Use your abs. 5 and 4. Here we go. Curtsey lunge in 3 and 2, curtsey lunge. Now bring that right leg. So right knee comes behind left ankle, and then we tap at the top. This change is more about speed. So don't give me the knee lift here yet. You have the option to give me the knee lift when we put it together. Right now, I just want you stepping back, stepping together. Feel your heart rate starting to come up here a little bit. 5, step 4, good. Back 3, step 2, last one, back. Now is when you can add the knee lift. Put the 2 movements together. It's 1 curtsey lunge, 1 side lunge. When you give yourself that knee lift in between, I don't want you to fall into your lunge. So it's like you're driving that knee up. You step out, you power back to the top, and then you step back. If you feel like you're falling into the movements because you're giving me the knee lift, get rid of it and use your step just so you can challenge yourself a little bit more here. Good. We have 15 seconds left in this. In 15 seconds, you're going to give me that knee lift hold. Beautiful. 8, good. 7, really thinking about driving that knee up, stepping out with that control, all 10 toes facing forward. 3, beautiful. 2, wherever you are, finish that last lunge. Everyone drives that knee up and holds right here. Hands can go in front of you, hands can go above. Prayer is going to help you engage arms and use that balance a little bit more. You're doing great. Now think about that knee. Is your tailbone tucked just a hair? You're not leaning forward. You're not leaning backwards. You're driving through that heel, squeezing that seat, using lower abs. We have 8 seconds. 7 seconds. Yes, you can. 6. Good. 5 and 4. You're going to meet me in the center of your mat in 3. In 2, weight comes down. Leg comes down right here. You're going to grab your weights for me. We're going to go into a squat series. If you have that chair and you want to add it in, I'm going to tell everyone to bring a chair next week. We're going to go into a squat series here before we come back down to the mat. You're going to bring both weights in your hands. Weights can go into prayer. If you would rather them be reaching down in front of you, they can, or you can ditch them. I just want to give you that extra challenge. It's a body weight squat. To start, weights can go into that prayer position, or what you can do is pray at the bottom with those weights and then press weights to the top as you squeeze those triceps. They're light, so you're going to be fine. If they were heavy, I'd say definitely hold them here the entire time, but just play around with it. You're in your squat. So lower down into your squat, exhale, lift and squeeze for me. Lower down into your squat here, and then exhale, lift and squeeze for me. The weights are going to challenge. They're going to almost want to pull your chest forward. Don't let them. Think about sitting in that imaginary chair and then standing, powering up to the top. As you lower down, I want you to think about your form here. You know this. You're driving through your heels. Your knees don't come in. They're pressing out like you're ripping that imaginary towel apart. You can make a body weight squat so hard on yourself. Challenge that contraction. Think about as you inhale to lower, you exhale, release all that air at the top, squeezing your seat for me. You've got it. You're going to hold at the bottom in 5, hold at the bottom in 4, in 3, weights are together in prayer at 2, hold at the bottom right here, hold at the bottom. I want you to tap your right foot out, your left foot out, and then you stand right back up. You squat down. You're just tapping your right foot out to the side, that left foot out to the side. You power back up to the top. It's a little tap. It's a balance challenge. It's a calf challenge. It's a quad challenge. You come into that isometric hold, you tap that right foot, you tap that left foot, and then you power up to the top. Give me one more before you ditch that. You're going to go back to full range, 3 pulses at the bottom. So when you come down now after that last toe tap, you're going to start to give me 3 pulses at the bottom, and then you're going to exhale, lift and squeeze. You've got it. Lower down, pulse it down. 2, 3, exhale, lift and squeeze. You've got this. 10 seconds right here. We go into that next change. So you're powering up to the top, you're sinking back down, you're giving me those 3 pulses at the bottom, and then you squeeze to come right back up. You have this. You are going to ditch the pulses back to full range with a heel lift. Use your arms at the top, press them back, pray at the bottom. In 3, 2, 1, full range heel lift, lower down, squeeze those weights together. Big lift, heel lift, and then squeeze at the bottom. You can go as fast or as slow as you want to here. You have no hold. You're in this to finish. And then we head down to that mat. I need 15 more seconds. It's just like that thruster. I want your heart rate to come up here because you're going to be laying on that mat almost for the rest of class, all the way down. Heel lifts at the top. You reach those weights to the back of the room when you're standing. If you want that extra tricep, you have 5. Give me 4 more strong ones, 3 more strong ones. Good. 2 more seconds. Last one right here, and you're out of it. I want you to set your weights towards the top of your mat. You're going to move those computers, but don't come down. You got to walk yourself out. Last plank right here. Take a sip of water if you need it. You meet me at the back of that mat. You know the series now. We walk ourselves out. We start with a push-up downward dog here. If you want to challenge yourself and ditch that downward dog, I'm just giving you that opportunity for a stretch. You can, but just know you're going into those shoulder taps and the mountain climbers. Meet me in that in 3, in 2. You give me 1 push up here. You lift your hips all the way up. You find the stretch. Take your time in that stretch. You need it. We've been working legs hard. It's not a modification to use that downward dog to pedal out those knees. It's the last time you're going to give me a push-up right here. So I want you to focus on form. And the reason I'm really liking these downward dogs in between is because it's that nice reset stretch. Then you come back in, you lower down, you exhale, you power right back up to the top, and you don't cheat yourself. You're doing great. You have 5 seconds here. So give me 4. Beautiful. Press up 3. Downward dog 2. I'd like 1 more push-up from everyone, and then you press right into your plank. Press right up into that plank. Open feet up. You're going to go into your shoulder taps here. Slow and controlled again. The only thing that I'm going to give you the opportunity to speed up if you want to is your mountain climber, which happens in 10 seconds. Keep tapping those shoulders for me. In 8 seconds, we go into our mountain climber. It can be as fast as you want it, as slow as you want it. Your workout depends if your heart rates come back down or not. In 3 seconds, we hold. In 2 seconds, we hold. Hips don't go any higher. Start to drive those knees into your chest. Right knee, left knee, right knee, left knee. Power. Use those lower abs. Butts don't come any higher. You've got it. Here we go. 10, 9. Who's ready for a child's pose? You have 8 seconds. Do not give up. Last little bit right here for 5. Child's pose in 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Press back. Open knees. You're doing great. Big inhale here. As you open those knees and you press your seat to the back of that room, I want you to take that big inhale. When you exhale, can you wiggle those fingertips any closer to the front of that mat? We're going to come on to our backs for a little bit of ab work here. You have the weights next to you. I'll give you that option if you'd like them, but you don't have to use those weights. We're going to lower all the way down. My friends who need mods, you know about that all 4, those reaches. From here, can we grab our light weights and give ourselves the extra challenge? If you have any neck issues, back issues, just ditch the weights. You don't need them. Hands can go behind your head. If not, we're going to float our legs to tabletop right here. Tuck that tailbone. You're going to exhale. Reach weights towards about mid-shin. Lower all the way down. We're starting with that crunch. You reach those weights. Lower all the way down. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Anyone who doesn't love a basic crunch, I'm telling you, I still love them. Reach, especially when we're in tabletop. Exhale, reach weights up overhead. Inhale, lower. 1 more, you lower all the way back down. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lower. Palms now face each other. Option to lay all the way down as that right arm and left leg reach. You're in your dead bug with the weights. You have the option here. If you would like to lift head, neck, and shoulders, exhale, lift. You can lift and reach those weights to the back of that room and reach those legs to the front, or you can stay all the way down. You do not have to lift head, neck, and shoulder when you have a weight in your hand. You've got 5 right here, 4, beautiful, 3, and 2. Last time, I want you to hold weights up still, point toes towards that ceiling. You're going to reach those weights up to your ankles or your toes, lower back down. Exhale, reach center, lower back down. Exhale, reach center, lower back down. 8, good. 7, beautiful. Keep going. 6 right here, you have it. 5 and 4, final 3, beautiful. 2, legs come back to that nice Tabletop position. Can you glue those weights together? Soften the bend in your elbows. You're gonna reach those weights behind you overhead, bring them back up. You could do this with a much heavier weight. This is for your traps right here. So arms only have the small bend in your elbow. You're reaching weights behind you, feeling that little bit of a stretch, right back up. You inhale as you lower, exhale, squeeze as you lift. You have one more right here, and then you're gonna bring those weights back up to center. I want you to reach your hands towards your ankles, start to pulse up an inch, down an inch, up an inch and down an inch. So instead of that full range crunch, we're at a pulse at the top for 8. Good, for 7, you have it, 6 and 5, beautiful, 4 and a hold, 3 and a hold, 2 and a hold. Now freeze. If you need to lower down, you can. If not, stay lifted, alternating those toe tap, ditch weights if you need to, alternating toe tap for toe tap for 10, slow 9 and 8. Yes, get into those abs. 7. We bring those knees into your chest. You rest in 5. In 4, drop weights down, knees into your chest. In 3, good. In 2, knees into your chest, weights come down. Take a big inhale, pull those knees in. Lift head, neck, and shoulder, come into that tight little ball. We extend arms and legs in opposition. We reach towards those ankles, circle those arms. So everything comes right back out. We circle those arms, tap ankles. We reach everything in opposition. We circle those arms, tap our ankles. 10 and 9. Good. 8. Yes. 7 and 6. If it's too much, go back into your crunches. 5. You're doing great. 4. Second rest in 3. Reach, reach, reach. 2. Last time right here. Everybody rest one more time. Knees come into your chest. Lower head, neck, and shoulders. You're doing great. Feet come flat on your mat. Flat on your mat, hands behind your head. You're gonna lift up. You're gonna reach towards your ankles. Reach right heel, left heel, back to center, hands behind your head. Then you lower. Exhale, lift. You reach towards that right ankle, that left ankle. You come back to center. Stay lifted, hands behind your head. Then you lower down. You're gonna ditch the lower, stay in those heel taps in 3. No more lowers in 2. Reach right heel, reach left heel, reach right heel. Reach left heel, fight. 10 seconds here. You're almost out of it, ladies. You have it. 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6 and 5. You hold for 4. In 3, you rest. In 2, you rest. Third rest. I was going to say second. Third rest. Knees come into your chest. Less than a minute right here. So all I want you to do is give me one more hold. Reach those feet back to tabletop. Hands are going to reach towards your ankles. Extend your right leg. Extend your left leg. 10 seconds is what I need from you. If you'd like that extra challenge, hands come behind your head for 5, 4, 3, and 2, 1, rest. Knees come into your chest. Give yourself that nice little rock from side to side. Beautiful work. As you stay in those stretches for a moment, next week, Tuesday, Thursday, again, 6:45. If you have a chair, I'd like to incorporate some chair work. So I'm going to remind everyone, but I'd love you to have that chair with you on Tuesday. Take your stretches. Have such a good weekend. I'll text everyone in case you want a Saturday morning, because I think I can do one this week in case we want to do another like we did last week. Have such a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.